Hello, it's Peter Merrick again, and I'm at Scripps Beach in La Jolla, California, otherwise known as San Diego. And today I'd like to share with those who are listening a huge insight that I was privileged to come upon early on in my career, and it had to do with an individual that I worked with. His name was Frank, and that year he was able to attract over 9 digits of new money under management, and this is in the early 1990s. So I wanted to know what Frank's secret was, because he was bringing in $5 million, $10 million, $20 million worth of new assets all that year. So I once sat next to Frank and I asked him, I said, Frank, what are you doing that's different than everyone else? And he shared with me that for the first 19 years in his career, he had problems admitting what he was. And what was he? He was an insurance agent who sold investments. And that's who he was, and he was proud of it. And up until that moment, he would skirt around what he was and what he was meant to be. And that made all the difference, because if you believe, you're believed. And that is the biggest lesson all of us can learn from Frank. If you actually know who you are, what you're able to do, and you believe in what you do, people are going to be attracted to you, and I guarantee that. So this is how Frank was able to attract over $100 million worth of new assets under management. That was huge. A lot of it, for those of you who got into the business a little later, he was able to sell at DSC, Deferred Service Charge. That means there was a 5% commission. This is back in the heyday of the early 1990s. Frank made a lot of money. And you can too, provided that the switch flips off in you and you come to terms with what you're meant to be. Because people want to be around people who are comfortable. They want to buy from people who are comfortable with themselves. So how do you do it? You're going to have to sit down, you're going to have to be brutally honest about your weaknesses and your strengths. And most importantly, define your intent. What do you really want to accomplish? You have to then go and put together everything that prevents you from achieving that, and you have to go and figure out ways to overcome what you want. I'm very fortunate. My business partner, every time I come to him and I start describing something that I want, he turns to me and he asks me a question that recenters me and has been very powerful in my success, in my career. And he goes and says, what do you want the end outcome to be? Tell me what the end outcome is you want. And from there, we'll work backwards. We'll look at what we have, and we'll put together a strategy that we can achieve as much as possible of that end outcome. But you can't do it until you come to terms with yourself. So just as Frank did, he realized that he wasn't all these other things that he was trying to be. The truth is, life had brought him to become one of the best insurance men and financial men in Canada, where I'm originally from. And it's that insight that he had, that not running away from what he was, but actually coming to terms and accepting it, embracing it. Because if you don't have a problem with something, other people don't have a problem. If you're excited, other people are excited. So go out there and make your mark, because the most important thing that you can do is live the fullest life you possibly can, because life is too short. And I'm going to tell you, from someone who almost died 2 years ago, I know that every day is a blessing. It is, it's a waste of time to think about what could have been, should have been, and also to fret and be fearful of the future. Because what you're doing by doing that is you're missing the most important moment. And that happens to be this moment in time, because your life and my life and everybody's life is lived moment by moment. And it's made up of important moments. So go out there, have a wonderful weekend. And I look forward to sharing more insights with you as we journey through, what I've learned a little bit, and the things I spent a lot of time developing, the characters in the King of Main Street, what they experience as well. Have a great evening, a great weekend, and look forward to seeing you soon.